make sausage rolls.
Good morning. I've been hearing wonderful things about the vegetarian sausage roll, so I thought I'd give them to go today. One of the things that has been holding me back is not being able to buy gluten-free pastry. So I'm actually going to do the whole thing from scratch, and I've heard this iced puff pastry recipe is really good to work with, and it's very easy to just sub out the ordinary flour for gluten-free flour. So here we go, we're going to start cooking. Okay, 90 grams of ice cubes. Here we go. It wants 180 grams of salted butter, and I'm just going to grab that from the fridge. I want to keep that really cold. Here we go. Let's just pop that in. When you're working with pastries and things, you really do want to keep things as cold as you possibly can. That's one of the things that really makes a good pastry work. Just dice off a bit more here. There is another recipe if you have frozen butter that you can use instead of chilled butter and ice. Just a bit more to go. There we go. Just going to pop our lid on. Next. 15 seconds just to whiz that all up. Next. Just going to scrape down the sides using a spatula. Yeah, it's just a bit of ice has flicked up the sides. But you can see here it's got a real sort of cauliflower look to it. It's done exactly what it should. And now it's asking us for plain flour, but I'm going to substitute this for gluten-free flour. Just going to go next, onto that. Want salt? I'm only going to put a little bit in because I did actually use salted butter rather than unsalted, so we just put a tablespoon of that. Pop our lid on again. Next. And round we go. It's just a little mark on the screen here, so I know how far to turn the dial around. Okay, and now it's going to do 2 minutes of kneading, so I'll just pause the camera while it does that. Okay, Teresa, my thermomix has peeked at me, so I'll come and see where she's at. Fantastic. So that there is what it should be looking like. We're just going to flip that out. So I'm just going to move my camera for a minute so you can see what I'm up to. Okay, so we're just going to tip this out upside down. That was a bit messy. When you're doing doughs and things, just give the base a little bit of wiggle. Everything will come out. Just going to give this a quick knead. So I'm just using the thermomat. It is really good for this type of stuff. I shouldn't have put my hands in it. It does say in the recipe to use plastic wrap, but if you don't enjoy plastic wrap, so that's just coming together nicely now. I'm just going to flatten that down. And then it's asking us to chill that for 30 minutes. So even though it had that very lumpy looking appearance, it's come together well. And we're just going to wrap that. And there we go. Just like that, no problem. And I'll be right back to deal with the vegetarian sausage roll filling bit next. Right, so the pastry's in the fridge. We're going to finish this recipe and we're going to go back up to my week. And so we've done the pastry, now we're going to do the vegetarian sausage rolls. Okay, I'm going to start cooking. Oven's already on at 200. I love it how it just puts the instructions in the correct order. Line a baking tray with baking paper, I've done that. Well, I've actually used my thermomat on it, I'll show you that later on. Okay, this is telling us how to roll out our pastry, so I'm going to do that because it's currently resting, so I'm going to flip that around a bit. Okay, it's asking us for 180 grams of onion, which has been quartered. So here we go. Right, 100 grams of walnuts, so I've got them sitting here. There we go. I've heard people take these sausage rolls and things into work events and stuff, and people have not believed that they are a vegetarian sausage rolls. So I'm really interesting to see what the kids and things think of this. 90 grams of rolled oats. So it's really full of a lot of fibre. Oh, that onion's making me cry. If you are sensitive to gluten, you do want to make sure you're using, oh sorry, those onions are really doing a job on me. Oh, 90 grams is slightly over, I'm sure they'll be okay. Right, now it's asking us to put our feta cheese in. 150 grams. Okay. Breadcrumbs. Now, I never ever buy breadcrumbs. I just make them as I need them. This here is actually from some sourdough that I've made. It was in the freezer, so before starting this recipe I just lit some. The good thing about making your own breadcrumbs is that you can do it with whatever bread, gluten-free bread if that's what you eat, sourdough bread if that's what you eat, gluten-free sourdough, or just plain wheat. So, and you don't have to worry about what's in the breadcrumbs. It's because it's what you normally eat. So, and it's one of these items you have to have in your pantry or worry about. And it really only took me 10 seconds to blitz it, so it was great. Now it's asking for 3 eggs. Just going to pop those in. If you're not confident with your egg breaking or your shells are a little bit fragile, just break into a bowl first, so then it's easy to catch any shell. Next, a tablespoon of tamari soy sauce. I tend to use coconut amines. Tamari is a little bit thicker than soy sauce, and coconut amines are quite sweet. Often I would put a bit of fish sauce in with it, but I'm not going to do that today. And this will help contribute to some of that sort of meatiness flavour in the sausage rolls as well. Back on goes our lid. Next. Okay, let's have a look at this. And now it's saying to place a quarter of the filling onto the long edge of each pastry sheet and roll it and cut it into 6 equal portions. So that is what our sausage roll filling is looking like. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let my pastry rest for another 10 minutes, and when I'm up to the rolling out and things, I will come back and see you. Okay, let's see how we're going. I've just grabbed the pastry out of the fridge. Just going to, if you're on your Thermomix, mate, just be careful you don't cut into it. I'm just actually going to just go down to there. Pastry. I'm just gonna be flipping a bit lucky. It's a bit cooler here in Queensland at the moment, but if it was a lot warmer, I'd be putting this other bit straight back into the fridge just to keep it as cold as I possibly can. I'm just going to roll this out now until we get it to about the thickness of what you would a broadsheet of pastry. Which is going to just, because it's nice and cold and firm, it's just going to take a little bit of rolling. So I'll keep doing this and I'll bring you back once I get it to that nice shape that we're looking for. I'm just going to roll out the second sheet. I've just floured my mat. I didn't do that the first time. I found it stuck a little bit, so it's alright. You guys are just learning along with me. But one thing I do like about the Thermomix and Cookie Do is it gives me the confidence to try things that I wouldn't normally try, because I know that all of the recipes on there have been recipe tested, and there are actually a number of recipes on there now that are being developed by chefs, including those that have like been on Australian MasterChef. So we're very, very lucky like that, and those collections are just growing all the time. I'm just trying to get a rectangular style shape out here. There we go. Right, we're just going to peel it off. It's starting to warm up in here. Probably just about time when I'm doing things like this to pop the aircon on. The other thing I could do is I could just quickly pop this back in the fridge again, but I have got kids who are desperate for some lunch. Excuse that sniffle, it's still those onions. Right, I'm just going to grab our mix now. bits for a spoon. I'm just going to use my scraper. I'm just going to put that mix down the right here. Now, what I did last time, it seemed to work quite well, is I just grabbed my mat, rolled it up, and if it's just stuck, this is why you do need to flay your mat up. And just keep rolling. There we go. Look at that, we've just got a beautiful sausage roll. Just going to place that on the tray beside the bring that back up. And then I could have sliced these up, but I think I'm actually going to cook them